all are English people, no problem. So we are in the 9th shloka of the Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, yajñārthāt karmaṇo nyatra loko karma-bandhanaḥ tad-arthaṁ karma kaunteya mukta-saṅgaḥ samācara. The work and the sacrifice of Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work binds one to this material world. Therefore, son of Kuntī, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction. And in that way, you will always remain unattached and free from bondage. Actually, we have been discussing last few days. Prabhupada keeps always is preaching very simple. When Prabhupada was departing from this world, devotees had gathered around him. And they were asking Prabhupada, can you translate some? Can we translate some words? Prabhupada is very humble. He says, people like my purports because they are realized words. You can speak same thing. We have to just work for satisfaction of Vishnu. But who is speaking? Person who is fully realized. To understand the difference. Fully realized. So, any work, now this philosophy is extremely simple and easy to understand, but difficult to apply. Krishna consciousness is very simple philosophy and not easy to apply. Not applying because we don't understand, in the sense that we don't want to surrender. Otherwise it's very easy. We know, starting from Hiranyakashipu, there are two things people want. People want sense gratification and they want hiranya. Hiranya means money. Bhoga, Aishwarya. Bhoga, Aishwarya, Prasakana, same thing. People want sense gratification and they want Aishwarya. They want to live comfortably, physically comfortably enjoy sense gratification. That is the target of it. And this entails, because we have been developing on this point, this is not the position of the living entity. No living entity can be proper sense, just like suppose a girl dresses like a boy, she cannot become a boy just by dressing like that. She is constitutionally a girl, her nature is different. Okay? Nowadays sometimes they try that. Just like Prabhupada in England. And a woman police officer came. She was talking to Prabhupada. Prabhupada was quite elderly. So Prabhupada spoke to her. See, if I catch your hand, you can't feel it. What police work you can do? Trying to practically tell her that he's seeing her as his daughter. But what you do, you're a police, you have to catch people. If somebody catches your hand, you cannot relieve it. Therefore, woman is referred as abala. And by nature's way, man is given no physical strength. So now, the same way, I am developing just an analogy to point out that the same way, if we try to enjoy, it's artificial. It's completely artificial. Doesn't make a sense. It just doesn't make a sense. But the Supreme Lord is enjoyed, and my position is to carry out his dictation. That is proper as somebody said, proper has coined so many words to preach Krishna. This word didn't exist in English before Prabhupada coined it. Constitutional position of the living entity is to subordinate to the Supreme. So many words Prabhupada has coined. Conditioned soul. New word. Krishna consciousness. Supreme personality of God. Blessed Lord. So many words. Actually, Prabhupada coined these words did not exist in any dictionary. He was freely creating and using, blissfully thinking, okay, how to write. But because Guru told him to preach in English, and English is not the best language because Sanskrit is much more comfortable. At least in India, many languages will have similar words because they have come from Sanskrit. And here Krishna consciousness has been practiced from nature. But in English language, it's a new language which has never been used to present Krishna consciousness. I think Prabhupada's Grand Spiritual Master Bhaktivinoda Thakur started using that language. Okay? And he also had to coin many words because the language doesn't have those kind of words. Some, just like Prabhupada said, coined the word founder acharya. Again, he has coined the word in that sense. It was used by his guru also once, like that. So constitutional position of living entity is to obey superior. You understand English?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Today all English people only. Mataji? Or Hindi mein? Mataji is campaigning. Okay. So now what happens is that when we are acting for bhoga and aishwarya, what happens immediately? We create a very dangerous situation for ourselves. Dekho Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, Ha hanta hanta pushpakshana vasadu. What does the shloka means? Niskrinchanasya bhagavan bhajo mukasya param param jigumsho bhavasagarasya sandarshana vishayatam atayoshitam ta ha hanta hanta pushpakshana vasadu. A beautiful shloka. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Are, you wanted to go to the lotus feet of Krishna? Yes. But what are you doing? Nishkanchanasya bhagavad vajon mukasya param param. You want to cross over all this ocean. Param param jigimasho bhavasagarasya. You want to cross all this bhavasagara and go to the lotus feet of Krishna. And then what did he say? Sandarshana Viṣṇu. But what are you doing? You're staring at the beautiful features of opposite sex. You're meditating on that. Sandarshana. You are awed by the opulence of other people. Ha hanta hanta visha bhakshana vasadu. Spiritual, you arrange your spiritual death. Hanta. Now, a person will only know this when he is Krishna conscious. When he is already dead, what is more dead? When you are alive, Prabhupada says, alive means in Krishna consciousness. There is nothing called life in for the Atma. Life means it is mukta. Understand the point? Physically, all of us are mukta, but spiritually, sleeping. The soul cannot do sense. Soul is always eternal servant of Krishna. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakta Sadhya Kabunaya Shravanadi Shucha Chitta Karaya Udaya. He is eternally Nitya Siddha. He is eternally a servant of the Lord. But Shravanadi Chitta, when we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, which, and then you cannot engage in this aspect. Soul is just Nitya. He is eternally a servant of Krishna. But presently he is in slumber. Somehow, I'm just saying this is one side. You have to look at it from many angles, and there will be many aspects of this devotees can present. I'm just taking this side. But present, like Prabhupada said, living means Krishna conscious. Otherwise there is no life. He's just like a robot. He's like a stone or a machine. He's not living. That work, just like an animal doctor study, his behavior is well governed. Animals, you get so many experiments, Louis Pasteur experiments, so many experiments. The behavior is well governed. We can scientifically write. You ring a bell and start salivating. That famous experiment everybody knows. What they did like a dog. Every time they give him food, they ring a bell. Next time what they do, they don't give food, they ring the bell, but dog is salivating. Experiment. So they behave like a machine only actually. But human being also can be like that or even worse. It is possible. He has a capacity to degrade himself lower than the lowest. He has a capacity. And he has a capacity to become greater than the greatest. In the sense, become the pure servant of the Lord. When Ramananda Rai was asked, who is the most famous in this world? He said, the devotee is the most famous person. If you want to be the most famous person, you will always remember, become a devotee. There is nothing as famous as the devotee. Look at it. So many devotees are there. How famous they are. To this day, we remember the Goswamis, so famous. So famous. There in the Vrindavan, if you go, there is a place where they done bhajana. Bhajana Kuntī, that is there. One more place there is bhajana. That is also there, bhajana Kuntī. Then there is samadhi. There is one pushpa samadhi, there is one more pushpa samadhi, there is one more pushpa samadhi. And this is a real samadhi. All places to this day are preserved. Can you understand? Why? Actually, they are Nitya-siddhas. Great devotees. And even Srila Prabhupada is saying, every temple he visited of ISKCON, that room where he stayed is locked up. Nobody uses that room. That room is memorial. Can anybody be as famous as that? Yeah? You are there, your grandchildren are there, anybody will forget you. And not only the devotees in the world will remember you, the Lord will see the devotees. And not only that, even just like Prahlad Maharaj, Narad Muni says, his own spiritual master says, that even in Devaloka when they talk about devotees, first they take name of Prahlad. What a devotee. So if you want to become famous, if you want to achieve anything, become a devotee. And then another thing is there, Narasimha told Prahlad, that when Prahlad Maharaj asked Narasimha that, my dear Lord, you are asking me for a favor, one favor I request you. When Narasimha after killing Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, ask me, I want to give you some benediction because you did so much for me. So Prahlad Maharaj says, my Lord, I am not doing business with you. I am your servant. It's my constitutional position to serve you. Okay? Constitutional position. There are some devotees who repeat proper words in proper accent. Krishna conscious. They have that practice. I can't do that. But anyway, so constitutional position is to serve Krishna. So we cannot. So Prahlad Maharaj says, it's my constitutional position. I serve, I am your servant. There's nothing, to ask for. Okay? It's my position. It is natural for me to do. I have not done it for, I want something. I should do that. Therefore I did serve. I am the servant. And he oft kept glorifying the Lord, and Narasimha was very pleased. And then he asked, my Lord, you are asking me benediction. One benediction. You forgive my father. My father was so envious of you. Please forgive me. Correct? Sweet. Very sweet. The same way, immediately Narasimha Deva said, my dear Prahlad, 23 generations are liberated now. What you are talking for one father was so dear to me. I am liberating 21 generations. So Prabhupada writes in the Kuntī, nobody remembers 21 generations. Previously they used to ask 7. Anybody, aapka baap ka naam, dada ka naam. Today 7 people can't tell. Previously 7 was marriage time, you have to utter, the rule was 7 generations to speak. Father, grandfather, great, they will check, so matching should occur. It's very scientific actually. So many diseases become compounded if it is the same person married, correct? If somebody has one disease, another person also, it becomes very dangerous for the child. So it is even medically very good that person, they had a system well built in. 7 generations, it should not match. Father. No match? Okay. Otherwise, if it match, same person comes and there is no, this marriage will be. Anyway, exceptions are there to every rule, but general practice. Now what happens is that, so Prabhupada says that nobody remembers more than 7. So this refers to therefore 3 births. That in previous birth, wherever, this birth 7 generations liberated. Previous birth again 7 liberated. Previous birth again 7 liberated. Just imagine. So either way you take this birth 21 or 3 generations of 7 birth liberated. The Prabhupada says, you cannot do any service greater than this to your forefathers. We feel we are indebted because parents have made us, brought us to this world, and so much they slog, they struggle to take us up, and they're always our well-wishers. But you want to give them back, become a nice dude. You cannot do a favor greater than that. Because they get, just like if you do a papa karma, they get 50% reaction on that. 50% reaction they have to take because they should have trained you properly. You get it back. King gets 1/6. Therefore, whoever made the leader in India goes for a hell straight. India is the largest exporter of beef. Straight he goes to hell, not hell. Nice arrangement. He cannot be silent. He has to act. He has to act. He cannot be, so I'm sorry, we don't have enough support. He cannot. He has to act. At least he has to openly do something about it. Otherwise, whatever it is, he has to take reaction. Reaction has to come. It will go. At least it will go to those who are responsible to take practically. Now we have created a funny system, democracy. Previously it was a king, one control, state system. Today we have funny system, so many parties, so many this. You want to act also, you can't act. Whatever it is, whoever is responsible for allowing the cow slaughter to go on, as many hairs are in the body of the cow, that many lives he has to suffer. Can you imagine? You see sometimes some people suffering? Terrible suffering. You go to the hospitals, here you will not see. Go inside the hospital. They are writhing in pain. Okay? We went on recently when somebody was writhing in pain. And he begged me. You were there? Writhing in pain. 12 units of blood put inside his body and still writhing, shaking in pain. As many, how many hairs in the body of the cow? You can't count. That many lives he has to writhe in pain. And not one. India is the largest exporter of it. Just imagine the kind of suffering. So the word is full actually. Krishna is, nothing unjust happens in the kingdom of the Lord. Everything is going on by the arrangement of the Lord. Those who try to create disturbance are put into punishment. Just like you set up some institution or some house or anything, we organize it. Anybody who tries to create disturbance, you really punish him. You're disturbing him. Correct him. You have to correct him. The same way, Krishna is just. His correction or punishment is just to reform us. But Krishna is not sentimental. So now, developing from this point, the greatest service he can do therefore is become a nice devotee. The amount of blessing the parents will get unlimited. If you see Pittri, yes, become a great devotee. No sentiment. Become a nice devotee and see the amount of blessings there. Unlimited blessings. Okay, this is what. So yajñārthāt, karmaṇo nyatra. Any activity which is not as a yajna. Yajna means it offers to the pleasure of Viṣṇu. Previously, varnashram was also meant for that. Therefore, Prabhupada quotes from Viṣṇu Purana. This shloka is a very famous shloka. Varnashmachara vata purushena para pumar Viṣṇu aradite pumsa na anyat tattosha karanam. Correct? The famous shloka. This is any activity should be done for the pleasure of Viṣṇu, including varnashram. Varnashram is not what we are practicing or discussing is Daiva Varnashram. Not some rigid Varnashram which is simply rules and regulations. Brahmana comes, please get up. Wash his feet. Sannyasi comes, wash his feet. These are all rules and regulations. But the purpose we should not forget. What happens in society? We have to follow these rules and regulations without knowing the purpose, including sannyasi who doesn't know the purpose. He is just very happy. Oh, people wash my feet and whenever I go somewhere. That's all. He himself doesn't know what is the purpose of all this. Correct? That's Kali Yuga practices. Nonsense practice. But here Bhagavatam is telling the essence behind it. If you know the essence, then you do things enthusiastically. Correct? So this was the Varnashram. So even Varnashram or occupation, everything has an essence. The essence was that I have to satisfy Viṣṇu. Okay? So in this way the life has to be organized and not disorganized. Yajñārthāt karmaṇo anatya loko karma-bandhanaḥ tad-arthaṁ kaunteya mukta-saṅgaḥ samācara. So finally our objective was, we started the class with bhoga and aishwarya to come out. Now for a general person, for a Mayavadi or for the impersonalist, another kind of class of spiritualist, because impersonalist teaching is so profound, it is permeating our consciousness even now, everybody. Because India, Hinduism means impersonalism. Is it impersonal? Therefore, then mainly Shankaracharya is their chief idol. Or maybe other people don't want to. They are not even worth the name. Shankaracharya, at least Shiva himself, we can take his name. Rest we should not take their name because unnecessarily don't make them popular. So, I remember that just like many times people come to a big temple, an opulent temple, and they see devotees also having opulent items with them. They get little. That's the general tendency. The people have an idea that spiritualism means it should be like a hut. With the mat the Swami should be sitting. He should have no possession. And actually it is true. Udupi Swamiji practices that only. What do you say? You know Pejama Swami. He practices that only. He go to the room, he has no possession. No matter. Nothing. And people think, very spiritual, very spiritual. In fact, if you had gone to Prabhupada in Vrindavan that time, he was also like that. You see that room, Radha Damodar room, photographs of the old photograph. It's an old, small room. Even now that room exists. And Prabhupada had a cot and a trunk below that. And a small table for eating. And he had adjusted a very small kitchen for cooking. If you have seen in Vrindavan, Mataji has seen so many times you have seen. So you look. The same situation you see Prabhupada is writing checks of millions of dollars, correct? And you see opulent temples, not one, hundreds. So people think, oh, that is not Krishna. So what is Rupa Goswami's answer for that? Anasaktasya vishaya yajñārthāt upayunjitaḥ. Then nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagya muchyate. Rupa Goswami defines phalgu vairagya. Generally people think Swamiji should have vairagya. That is important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mission is vairagya movement. Vairagya vidya nija bhakti yoga sikshārtameka purusha purana Shri Krishna Chaitanyam Shariridhari Kripamudi Vastamaham Prapatye. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mission is vairagya movement. Vairagya. Give up. What do you give up? So Prabhupada says, whole world belongs to Krishna. What are you going to give up? There is nothing yours to give up. You have to give up the doggish mentality that you are the enjoyer of this world. That's all. There is nothing to give up. You understand? There is nothing to give up. You have to give up the doggish mentality that you are the enjoyer. That has to be given. So, general tendency is that vairagya, but people do not know what are the different kinds of vairagya. There is markat vairagya, there is phalgu vairagya, there is yukta vairagya. Any other vairagya heard of? There are two vairagya. Huh? Shamshan vairagya. So many vairagyas are there. So vairagya is not such a small term. Vairagya means what Chaitanya, Krishna is saying here. Whatever activity you do for my pleasure. That is vairagya. Prabhupada says, you cannot sit in a platform of inactivity. Generally people will act selfishly. He proves it why. Because you have to act for some, there has to be a motivation for some activity. No activity occurs without any motive. That is madness. We don't want to talk about this. We're just sleeping all the time. That is peculiar characteristic. That is animal life. Already he is animal. Just few more days of waiting. Okay. Tamogun is, have you seen? Our donkey will be standing on road one place. 14 hours is standing there only. That is peculiar characteristic of animal people. So human beings are also now. Nowadays in hostels, average sleeping time is 14 to 16 hours. That is called engineering. You are not seeing. So I asked one boy, tell me how it occurs. Because if they come here to visit us, sometimes we have seen, morning they get a Mangalarti somehow. And after that sleep until 6 o'clock. I don't know. And count it as 14, 16 hours. We all had an experience. Some boys came because some problem and they want to hide here for some time. Yes, they were there for some, 3 of them were there for some. Average count they were making 14 to 16 hour average. So I said, how does it happen? So in a sort of a room in hostel is small, this much only. 10 feet by 10 feet or something like that they give them hostel. Not even that much space. 10 feet by 10 feet is luxurious. Small room. Because a room of 12 feet by 10 feet is shared by 2 people. So he gets practically a bed and a chair, that's it. So between chair and bed, the bed is more comfortable. So when we sit on it, we sleep. There are no other place, sir. Just like in a temple, you have so many places, no? In a house, you have so many places. You can sit on the sofa. They have only the bed, and they keep going around that only and end up sleeping there all the time. So anyway, that is a peculiar. We don't want to talk about that. But generally, people work for two motives. Either for sense gratification, correct? Which is default. So unless you become a devotee, you don't do something else. Devotee work for satisfaction of Krishna. The rest, all work for, all are selfish. They work for their own satisfaction. Or, Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada said, extended selfishness. I may be working for my own selfishness, or my brother, my friend, my sister, my extended selfishness. But it is selfishness. Only a devotee has no selfishness. Even a yogi is looking for his own happiness. That is also wrong. Sometimes the people say, you spiritualists are very selfish. No, we are not selfish. We are not looking for our satisfaction. That is called a devotee. Devotee is looking for Krishna's satisfaction. Oh, very nice. Today a new dress has been put. It is looking so nice. Krishna will be liking it. That is slowly. We are not in the platform. Honestly, we are all theoretically doing sadhana. Theoretically, we understand we are working for Krishna's pleasure. But then what happens, as we keep acting as sadhana on the direction of the Acharya, do like this, sadhana bhakti slowly starts entering into pranayama. Then we are naturally doing. That also has many shades. It is not that, just like we have many shades of grey, so we have many shades of sadhana bhakti also. Just like Prabhupada says, sadhana bhakti can have 81 varieties. But he says, moment it is done in the order of Acharya, it is immediately liberated. At the moment itself, you are outside 3 modes. But the moment I am doing in the order of Acharya, no longer it will be covered by the 3 modes. It's already on the liberated plan. But provided you are meditating on the order of the Acharya and on that is bhakti. You are already given the liberated platform. Therefore, Prabhupada says you are already liberated. When you take shelter of the Acharya, you are already liberated. So anyway, so we have to the yajna. So everybody is working for his own self-satisfaction or extended. He is selfish. Correct? Cripple mind. Chota dimag, chota dimag. And some people make a little more. Maybe my countrymen, some animals, next time, okay, maybe. But a devotee goes to the highest platform. He works for the satisfaction of Vishnu. And when he works for the satisfaction of Vishnu, karma, akarma, all the things come. You have to understand. Actually, in life, what is to do, what is not to do, even big people are confused. Can anybody say, every moment, you have to know what should be done, what should not be, because you are responsible. An animal is not responsible because he has no control. The senses are so wild for it. That is my analysis. He's trapped. Just like many human beings are also like animals. His senses are so agitated that he has no freedom to act. So when there is no freedom to act, Krishna kindly gives him animal body because no sinful activity will occur. A human body, every act will counted and reaction will come terrible reaction. So it's actually Krishna's mercy when he gives an animal form. Because no more reaction. Correct? Somebody is behaving in human body like animal, giving animal form, no reaction will come. Animal has no paap karma. In human body, there is paap karma. Yajñārthāt karmaṇo nyatra, loko Now I wanted to say something on action and inaction. There was one example I was hearing class by Prasad talks about. It's not easy to understand. There is an example given in Bhagavatam. There is one Devayani, Shukracharya's daughter. She has a fight with Samrishta. And Samrishta, whatever, some fight, she throws her inside of that. Basically, both were bathing in a lake. Actually, time up now. 5 minutes I'll finish. What is to be done, what is not to be done is not easy to understand. Therefore, better work for Viṣṇu, which is the safest way. But still, we have to do activity every weekend. So what happens? So they were taking bath in a river and generally they were not dressed. They were taking bath. And Lord Shiva was going by the way. So suddenly, it may not be Earth, maybe some other planet. Maybe, I'm not sure. Very, very close. Bhagavatam is talking across the universe. Okay? So very, very close. Lord Shiva was coming, passing by the place. So suddenly the girls all started dressing up in urgency. So this girl, by mistake, takes a dress of Devyani. And Devyani starts holding her. Devyani is the daughter of Shukracharya. Who take? The king's daughter. Their friends. Right? Shameless. You are Brahmanas. How dare you touch our daughter? Krishna becomes very angry. So angry that she is not wearing any clothes now, Devyani, because whatever happened. She throws her naked inside a well. Devyani, now Shukracharya's daughter, inside a well, naked. And she's shivering in the cold, it is cold. So by some arrangement, who is that king who comes? Who knows the name of the king? Yajñārthāt. Good, we should read Bhagavatam. Prabhuji is also read. Yajñārthāt comes there, and then he sees a woman is there. Oh, you are Devyani, he recognizes her. Because anyway, and she said, please pull me out. So he takes his blood or some cloth, because I should not touch her. He already is conscious, daughter of a Brahmin, I should not touch her. So he's putting his cloth and all, and finally he could not make it. So finally he had to hang from that and hold her by his hand and brings her. So she tells, you have touched me, but I. So there was a devotee commenting on that. That's what the Vedic touch. And he was telling, you don't, house one Britisher came last year, some foreigner. So, generally his wife did not want to come out. Generally they don't even come out, correct? In the houses, when guest comes from any houses, previously they were not. He said, no, at least you come out. So he came, the foreigner, and he said, this is my wife. Oh, how do you do? So she ran back 10 steps. So he was just analyzing. They may say we have advanced nowadays, but what advanced? Our open prostitution is there. At least our cultural conduct. The result is not horrible. The result is horrible. In Vedic culture, you shake hand itself, you have to get married. They may say, no, we have advanced now, we shake hand, but then open prostitution is going on. The result is terrible. If the result was nice, okay, where everything has to be phalena parichate. You have to see by result. It was so strict. So what has to be done, what has not to be done, actually you have to learn from the law enjoined, and because this is protection. They knew the psychology of the people. Therefore, it is so strict. Even now they say, symbolically they say, holding hand has become so common now. Correct? Rather it is strange. In America it becomes very strange. They get angry at you. You're shaking hand, every some girl, you don't shake hand, they get angry at you. That becomes, maybe some case will come to discrimination. Correct? In the society. But you see, Vedic culture was strict, but the result was such beautiful culture. Correct? That people maintain proper decorum. So it's not easy to understand what is to be done. And in the moment you violate, then be ready. Maya will capture you. Because why they were doing all this? Yajñārthāt, karmaṇo. They want to keep their heart pure to serve Vishnu. They don't want to take chance with Maya. It's not that they will get trapped or not get trapped, they were weaker, so they are much stronger than you. It's not that they are weak or stronger. They didn't want, no intelligent man wants to play with Maya. Anybody intelligent man doesn't play with fire. Correct? Suppose there is a live electric wire, they will switch it off and do work. Correct? Dangerous. Something can happen. Because spiritual life was so precious. Going to Krishna's lotus feet was so precious. They will not take chance with all these things. Correct? Therefore, Vedic culture had so many rules. Okay, so the culturally things were so defined. So when you work for Krishna, there is no bandage. We have discussed many times. Just like you fight for the country, soldier goes to fight for the country, no reaction. At least for the country. Correct? Government will award and parliament. The same soldier comes to the city, shoots one man, really hung, court martial. The same way, when you act for Krishna, there is no reaction. That is called akarma. Akarma can be defined in so many ways. Sometimes akarma is also defined not doing your duty. That is not agreeable. Just like Dronacharya, Bhishma did not do what they are supposed to do. They are punished. Inactivity is not spirituality. Acting for Krishna consciousness. You see, Arjuna asked this question again. He thought spiritual life is inactive. Going to the forest and meditating. Activity for Krishna's pleasure, that is also yajna. Generally people think spiritual life means I am stuck in samācara now. And therefore they think it is very difficult to do. People come to spiritual life, Swamiji wants that. And they are scared. I come to spiritual life, then I have to leave my family. Don't know this way. Sometimes parents also say, don't go to ISKCON. But in reading the book, don't read seriously, very dangerous. Because they are thinking spiritual life means giving up everything. and sitting in a forest, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti. Arjuna also proposed to Krishna so many times. Krishna, I will also do Shanti, Shanti. What is fight with you? Krishna said, no, you fight for me. This is your part. It is not easy to, it's a revolution. You are fighting, you are killing people, but for the Lord, it is your part. So whatever we do, if it is done for the Lord, it is your part. Otherwise, be ready, it will create karma, which will bind us to this world. Good and bad, both are dangerous. Many times people are feeling, I will do good activity, I will not do bad activity, I will help someone. Be ready, next time you take birth to be helped. You go and give donation to somebody. The poor boy, child, you give him some food, some clothes. Next time you are born, the child will come and bless you. He has to give back. So both of you are to be born. He has to be born again because he took help. You have to be born again because he gave. So it has to be very carefully. Life has to be very careful. Why it is so? Because in your heart the ahankara was there. I am helping you. Sir, this is God's kingdom. Nobody is anath here. Everybody is being taken care by the Lord. So whenever even you go to do something, you have to understand that I am not independent of the Lord. So Hridam Sarva Bhutanam, the best well-wisher is God. It has to be done in proper consciousness. And best is to help in such a way that the person's papa karma also is destroyed. Because suppose I have some papa karma and I have to suffer from a disease. Okay? You solve that papa karma. You are given something to solve, but the papa karma will come some other way. So therefore, you have to do something, because he will again do simple activities. Again he will do simple activities. Again papa karma. Even if you are solving, suppose he comes into some disease and you give some medicine, disease is solved. Other way the reaction will come. If the reaction was not to end there, suppose the reaction was more, then some other way it will come. The suffering you cannot take away from anywhere. I give an example. Suppose you go to somebody's house and the child has stolen something and the father has locked him up. He stole somewhere and father is so upset, locked him up and he's starving him. So 2 days, no food, water, let him suffer. And you go and you give him some water, food. What are you doing actually? Interfering with the father's work. So in this world, everything is moving by the will of the Lord. Don't try to act independent and think that you are doing something very good. Everybody is bearing the fruits of his good and bad work. So very carefully we have to look into this. Very carefully we have to look. So best is bring the instead of this karma kanda is so complicated. We don't know whether I am helping him, whether I am, because his karma will come not. This is just like a boil. I have a boil. You push it, it will come through other. So karma, if you press this place, it will come from other place. And another way point is that if his sinful tendency doesn't stop, he keep doing sinful activity one after another. You have to do something to pull out the sinful desire itself from his heart. Otherwise, life after life he will suffer. What can you do? How much time you can help him? Okay? Therefore, you have to bring him to yajna. If he starts acting in yajna, the same mind and body which we have used for sinful activity, with the same mind and body, if you start worshipping the Lord, Krishna immediately catches him and he will help you. In the beginning, when you come to offer service to the Lord, it is not pure. There are so many defects with it. Just like a fire, when you light, so much smoke comes. Totally defective in the beginning devotion service. Gradually, as Krishna is, you are working for the satisfaction of Krishna, in association of devotees and the guidance of devotees, and acting for the satisfaction of Krishna, you will come to a platform wherein you are offering to Krishna seva with love. And that seva is very pleasing. In the beginning, when you are offering service, actually it is sadhana. Because of good association, it develops some faith. It is nice. Let me also become devotee. Let me chant Hare Krishna. Let me hear the glories of the Lord. Devotion service, the beginning is Shavadam. If there is no Shavadam, there is no question of other 8 angas. No way. It's waste. No spiritual life. If Shavadam is not there, 8 angas will not manifest itself. First thing is Shavadam. Shavadam is chanting Hare Krishna and about the Lord. Just like you want to become a doctor, first take a shower, go and eat. Then you know what is doctor. Otherwise, what do you know is doctor? Correct? If you don't know what is Lord, or why I am a servant, how I am in dangerous condition in this world, it's my duty as a servant to serve Him. Correct? Maya business is to drag you away, distract you away from your constitutional duty. That's the business of Maya. Divert you, distract you. Actually, Maya is testing you. But what Maya does, it distracts you, distorts you, just pull you away from service to Krishna. And you come into the Brahma and assume so much work and forget your real work. I am a servant of Krishna, I am only supposed to. Therefore, if this thing comes, everything immediately comes. Okay, so we should work therefore, and as you begin devotional service in the beginning, it doesn't start. I heard Bhagavad Gita says, yajñārthāt, karmaṇo, nyatra. Whatever work I should do, I will do for satisfaction of Viṣṇu. Otherwise, my work will bind me to this world. Whatever it is, punya, papa, I am bound, trapped, chained to this world. Birth after birth, I have to suffer the inconvenience of old age, disease, and death. So a person comes to that point. But then he begins. I am doing it, and if it is a taken shelter of the Acharya, it is on the liberated platform. But still there is no bhava which has come to the heart. When we offer to the Lord, we are not saying with tears, my Lord, just like Prabhupada says in one class, so sweet he says. He says, how do you offer? And he breaks down on it. Even though he is an Acharya being worshipped, his heart remains there. A simple, humble thing, which he used to reveal. He said, my dear Lord, I have come to offer you some service, but I do not know really how to cook. I cook something. Now I brought this offering in front of you. I have no devotion or faith to even offer it properly. Please kindly accept it. Natural, the natural devotee. Because in his heart, that is how he offers service. Feelings. You should also, in the beginning stage when you are offering, what? Mantra you are chanting, ho gaya, three times. Ho gaya, higher. Krishna will accept because you are taking shelter of his Acharya, on his order you are offering, he will accept. Otherwise he will not accept. That's why we chant Prabhupada Pranama, that request Prabhupada, please offer. Just like suppose you meet an important man, you are very hesitant to go in the front. You tell somebody, can you give this? That's how we offer it. We don't offer directly. We chant Prabhupada Pranama mantra, then Chaitanya Pranama mantra, then Krishna Pranama. Actually, in essence, we are offering to Prabhupada. Can you take it to Krishna? That's all the offering is. That's the etiquette, that's the way. So then what happens is that Krishna accepts, but still you are not ripened. Apakwa, bhajan apakwa. Just like he said, no, kuyogi. We are all not yogi, no, we are kuyogi. When Narad Muni talked darshan of the Paramatma in the heart, at that moment, after that the darshan vanished. So he started crying, I am not able to see the Lord again. So the Lord did not show himself and he spoke to him. He heard sound vibration. Narad Muni, you cannot see me now because now you are apakwa, you are not ripe. You are a kuyogi. You are not yogi, you are a kuyogi. Continue. I just wanted to encourage you. Because there was a small 5-year-old boy had taken so much trouble to see me. Just wanted to encourage you. So he gave you a darshan, spot darshan. It was so blissful. And proper rights I told in the Prabhupada. What we are wanting to see, life after life. Actually we are wanting to see that. That's why in the airplane also we take window seat. Don't get in a bus or on a car. You are looking for Krishna. Okay? Somebody climbs the nose. Actually we are looking for somebody. Somebody comes to the house. You don't know. You are very curious who has come. You are looking for somebody. That is Krishna. Once you see him, then you are not interested to see anybody. You don't want window seat after. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Window seat. Somebody has come to the house. Doesn't matter who has come. I got whom I was looking for. So Prabhupada says the purport there, heart of a devotee. What we are looking for, life after life. Narada saw it. And then after, when the darshan vanished, he started crying like children cry. You take away from the child what he is holding, how he cries. He started crying. So Krishna wanted to be merciful to him. He was merciful. He said, my dear Narada, now you are okay. The same way, now we are offered devotion. Sometimes I feel, why I am not feeling so blissful, I am not feeling ecstasy, why I am not feeling Krishna prema? Because we are kuyogi. Over. There is no other answer. Apakva. That's like a mango is not ripe. We are not ripe now. It's bitter. So when Krishna tastes it, it's very bitter. So our devotion is also like that. But Krishna is extremely kind. He accepts. Whatever little goodness in that one part, he accepts. 99.99999% all from Krishna. Krishna ignores that. That's a great man. He's the greatest man. Correct? We say somebody is great man. When he feels so happy, when he meets somebody, he ignores your fault and accepts one or two small good qualities here. You see, he feels so comfortable with that person. Krishna is that person, the greatest person. Even slightest of devotion, that buck catches. I think the devotee says Prabhupada is also like that. Slightest interest to serve Krishna, Prabhupada catch the hand and encourage. We are not on the platform, but Prabhupada was so kind and merciful. Shri Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.